Hey, y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna give y'all time to come in, okay? Yeah. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever it is in your country. Yeah. And happy birthday to you if it today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope everybody having a good day, whatever day, time that they're in. Okay. Now I want to get into something that's gonna mentally affect you. Uh, Especially what I have to say about this track meet. So y'all get some coffee, get whatever you're gonna get, and come on in and have a seat. Yeah. Y'all, I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna say it till I'm gonna try to break it down for you. Now, I want to speak on two individuals. Okay. When I speak, I'm not on nobody's side. I'm not on his side. I'm not on his side. I'm on the true side. What happened at this track meet? And I can hear a lot of misplaced. I can hear verbal. I can hear verbalness. I can hear a lot of things out of place. I can hear that someone don't know the track, they're stating your rules, and I don't think this should have happened. But I really want to get into this young man. First of all, I hate that he lost his. I want to get my condolences to his family. I really hate that happened. I really hate that something like this happened at a track meet. But I'm going to keep it real and I'm going to put it on the table, right? And we're going to talk about it. I have coached track and field for 16 long years. I ran track for 4 years in college, straight scholarship, and then I ran in high school for 4 years. I never seen nothing like this occur at a track meet. But as coaching, I know this can happen, okay? It's coming from a real, true coach. Good morning, Josh. It's coming from a real coach. The first, baby. Now, when you go to a track meet, if you're invited to a track meet, if you with a team at the track meet, how many years of experience do you have being a spectator, being a member at a track meet? You want to know what to do. If you haven't been to a track meet, let me put this out here before we start. When I looked at the tents right here, y'all, before I even seen the news, I looked at this. This is what I looked at. I said, are they preparing for a invitational track meet? Invitational track meet is where you've been invited, okay, from another school. And I looked at it as also as a designated area for a track team. Okay. Now let me explain this. I ain't about to jump to no conclusion. I'm just about to keep it real for you. Okay, because you know how I am. I want to educate y'all. So I want to educate y'all on what I see out here. I see an invitational track meet. I see a state track meet. I see an invitation. I just see a invitational track meet. It could be the state, county, it can be a track meet, invitational state, whatever going on. Okay. Now, at an invitational track meet, I'm gonna leave it on this picture right here because this is where something happened at. Okay. At an invitational track meet, fan seating. Listen to me. Listen to me for a minute. Let me turn the music off. Let me turn the music out so you can understand what I'm saying. Fan seating at a track meet can become a problem. And that's what happened here at this track meet, okay? Fan seating rules. Every track meet, every football, every baseball game, but we're gonna talk about track. You are responsible for your area. You are responsible for that designated area. Okay, so at an invitational track meet, the fan seating rules typically include designated area for your team, not for nobody else's team. Nobody else should be sitting in my area, designated area. That's where I came first. That's where I set up first. Okay. So this here spectator designated area at Frisco track meet turned deadly. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I turned deadly. Okay. But before we get started, close that screen door and start letting all them flies up in here. Yeah. We're gonna shout out to my chat and all my subscribers, my new subscribers and day one subscribers. I wanna thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being educated, commenting, and criticism purposes. And I hope y'all get something out of what you about to see today. Okay, this is my outlook from a coach, being a coach, track and field coach for 16 years. Okay. And I put the title. I didn't like the titles of that I saw, but being a coach, that's my passion. Running was my passion. So spectators, designated area at Frisco track meet turned deadly. Now, it wouldn't have turned deadly if these things was in place. At an invitational track meet, fan seating rules typically include designated areas for spectators. That means that's where my team gonna sit. I come there, I set my tent up right there, and that's where we're gonna be. Okay, that's for my parents, my spectators, my team, because I know how big my team is. So I'm gonna designate this area only for my team. Okay, not nobody else's team, because up under that tent and in that area where we designated that area because we was there first, is we supposed to designate it for our spectators and our fans and our team. So won't know, so they can put their personal stuff in that area. Okay, they can have anything personal in their bag, but not a weapon. But we ain't gonna get to that yet. Okay, so let me put the young man up here who lost his life at a track meet, and this really hurt my feeling when I first heard about it, and I seen a lot out of place. Okay, so the designated area for the spectators potential restriction on items like beds, food. This is what they got under the tent, y'all. For those who don't know nothing about track and field, spectator area, designated area, this is what these kids have up under that tent. Okay, they got personal items. They got potential restriction on items like book bags, food, beverages, and often a clear bag policy. Okay, that's my area. I'm supposed to keep that designated area clean and appearance. I set up a crew. To make sure that the kids have the tent set up with parents. Y'all didn't hear me. With parents. Okay. Now, here's a breakdown of a common rules and consideration when you come to an invitation to track meet. I know y'all people don't like to be motivated and educated, but I have to do this part so you can understand the story that happened to these two young men that shouldn't occur. And I'm not going to blame these two men. I'm going to blame the coaches and the parents. That's who I'm going to blame right here, because this shouldn't have happened at that track meet. Now here's a breakdown. Now, spectators are usually expected to remain in their designated seating area. So it sounds like me that this young man got dropped off at the track meet. Now I'm just telling you what it sounds like to me. Seemed like Camelo got dropped out at the track meet. He don't know where to sit. He just sitting. Okay, he decided to just sit. All that other space out there, Camelo decided to sit by this team that already don't start. Already have their tenant area. Already have their designated area. Let me show you the designated area. They already have their designated area. They go to tent. The tent setup. Okay? So you got to remember what I said. There are personal items under that tent. And outside of that tent, all depends on you can't sit. That's disrespectful. Okay? Sitting up under somebody else, a spectator, sitting over there by somebody else's items. Because I got money in my bag. I even had a book bag when I was coaching track. Okay? So spectators are usually expected to remain in a designated seating area. Camelo seemed like to me he didn't have a designated area. He just set his behind down anywhere. He don't know nothing about designated area. That's what it sounds like to me, that this young man right here doesn't know nothing about no. He may just know about football, but he might not know nothing about no designated area in track and field. Okay. Now I ain't making up no excuse for him, but I really listen to what's going on when we get into all the stories. Okay. Okay. You're supposed to remain in your designated seating area, which may include bleachers, grandstands, or other designated seating sections. Okay. Prohibit items. Now, many venues have a list of prohibited items, which may include umbrellas, strollers, alcohol, food, beverages, and containers. These are the prohibits items that you're not supposed to have at this track meet. Okay. Y'all stick with me because it's gonna take a while, because I've got to educate y'all before y'all start pointing fingers And before y'all start being mad and being on sizes, because that's not what's going on here. That's not what's going on here. I can hear as a coach, like I said, for 16 years, I can hear what's going on at this place. Also in a designated area, the reason why people so strictly in that within that area is because they got clean bad policy. You got to keep that area clean as well. A clean bad policy allow only clear plastic, anything like that in that area, side restriction. It's a lot of things come along at an invitation to track meet and in a track meet period. Okay. And I know it's an invitation to track meet, a team thing because I see the tents set up. Okay. Now, other consideration, you got some stadiums, they don't even allow strollers. So my thing is to make y'all understand before we start looking at video, because y'all look at video and run with it, is I'm looking at this picture. I see designated area. But since I've been in the track so many years, I'm not going to sit my team right there, no way. I'm not going to sit my team right there. And this is a chance for Camelo to get up and move. Okay, now. Here we go. Now, we're going to get to right here. Because I don't like what I see at this track meet. I don't see, first of all, let me put it on video. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me put it on. Which video I want to go with first? I want to go to this video first. Hold on. Let me set the video. I see that first about, let me put this up. Okay. So I hope I gave y'all a little help to understand what's going on at track meet. Now, I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to critique what the people and the kind of information these people giving y'all, okay, about this track meet. So let me see, can I hide some of this stuff right here, okay? Now, at this track, at Frisco track meet, see, I know the news should have told y'all that the news should have stated that this was Frisco invitational track meet. Okay? Because it would let me know that this particular school is hosting this area. Okay? And what I don't like in this situation is an adult should have been in that designated area. Okay? There should be security on duty in that area. Okay? That's your invitation meet. That should be on deck. Okay? This wouldn't happen to Camelo and Austin if people was in place. Okay? Let's listen to this. And I want to tell y'all this. Another, what do we call them? Let me see. I ain't been, I retired in 2019. Another student, a participant, shouldn't have said nothing to another participant. You get what I'm saying? Let me say that again. At Frisco track meet, under that tent, where that designated area was had occurred. Number one, they did have a designated area, Okay. Number two, you had someone sitting out of their area because their team haven't got there yet. So they do have an opportunity to get up and go sit somewhere else. Number three, that student didn't have no business saying nothing to that other student. Number four, a parent should have approached that young man, Camelo. Listen what I said. A coach or a parent should have approached Carmelo, not a student, not a student, because it's not what he said, it was how he said it. Okay? I'm not about to listen. I ain't on neither one of them sides. I'm on the truth. There should be a parent there when those kids were setting up that tent. That wasn't no student or no participant place to say nothing to another spectator. Because first of all, you may not meant the way you said it, but you said it and I took it differently. I felt threatened, but I'm in the wrong area. I don't see my team. I don't see no area, but I could have gone to start an area for my team. I could have gone to set in another spot. Let me get out by these people. This shouldn't happen. This first thing I would have did if I was expected. Man, let me move. Because first of all, at them invitation track meet, y'all, you had to get there early. You sleepy. You know, no, you stayed up all night on the phone. And you mad because your mama dropped you off early. Your daddy dropped y'all early. I'm just telling you, y'all, you really don't want to be at that track meet. Because your time you run anyway, but you there on time. You there too early, but your team or your coach didn't tell you, your coach told you to be there. But that's the only time you could have be there, but early. So I'm not, my thing is, I'm not going to blame these two young men in this case, okay? I'm going to blame the person who's responsible for that designated area and the coach. Because a student ain't got no business approaching another student telling them that they're going to have to leave this area right here because they have this area right here. First of all, when you're dealing with track, you're dealing with discipline. You're dealing with discipline. Any coaching, you have to deal with discipline. You're dealing with attitudes, and you know that student. You know where that student taught. You know where that student is, and they been that student, been that person that they is. Okay, I'm going through all of this for this right here, but it shouldn't have became deadly. Number one, you're not supposed to have no weapon at a track meet. When he got there early, there wasn't nobody at the gate. It couldn't have been. Because they didn't check his bag. Usually when we go to a track meet, they don't check our bags. Some track meet, they do check your bag. Some track meet, they don't. They let the coaches be held responsible. But it seemed like Camelo got there early. It seemed like Austin and them got there early to set their designated area up. That's what it seemed like to me. And Carmelo team not even there. Now, let's listen to this. That's why I hate to make it big because it goes slow. So that's what we're waiting. While we're waiting on it, here we go.
Boye has more on the event and on the criminal investigation. Alex. Hey guys.
Come on, y'all. Good. Jeez, I just want to show these people this. What I do. God, I'm gonna come back.
Hey guys, and I can tell you that enhanced security presence was really obvious as soon as folks drove up to Lobo Stadium in Deep Elm. Spectators as well as student athletes had to undergo screening before they could even go in the front doors. There was a very visible police presence at Lobo Stadium in Little Elm Monday. Student athletes and spectators were met by security personnel as soon as they walked up to the front doors. They had to go through metal detectors and have their bags checked before being allowed.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This didn't happen to Carmelo. Carmelo had to get there early enough and walk through that gate with that team. Didn't get there. He got there early, but he wasn't with his team, and they wasn't there. They wasn't set up. I don't believe they were set up, y'all, because he would have never walked through there.
The UIL track meet. Little Elm and Frisco police also provided more security personnel. And one way or another, people begin to sort of do the Monday morning quarterbacking by saying, look, we should have, could have, and may have done the following things. Dr. Alex Del Carmen is a criminologist who has been following the developments in this case. Last Wednesday, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was killed after he was stabbed in the chest during a fight with 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony over what was said to be a seating dispute in the bleachers. Anthony has since been charged with first-degree murder. Unfortunately, victimization could happen at any time, at any moment, even when we think that we are safe. Monday also brought the first public comments from the attorneys representing Carmelo Anthony in a statement that said, in part, Carmelo and the entire Anthony family are sincerely saddened that a life was lost and offer their condolences to the family of Austin Metcalf. During this difficult time, we urge the public to refrain from rushing to judgment before all the facts and evidence are presented. And with social media comments swirling about this case, community activists are pressuring Frisco PD to be transparent about the status of the criminal investigation. Data shows that these acts of violence are random, and they don't happen, every day. Now the question really is the community concerned enough to be able to, pay the taxes, pay the money, to have the security protocols that need to be in place?
I just told y'all that.
Time will tell. In the meantime, I can.
Okay, listen, y'all. I just told y'all at the beginning of this segment, that boy wasn't checked. They didn't check Carmelo. Okay, let's get to the next video. For number one, security wasn't in place. They didn't check his book bag. Now let's get into this. Now I'm gonna listen to the brother. This is Austin twin brother. What is this twin season? Jesus. And his brother gonna tell you what happened. His brother know what happened.
Now remember, there's already 20% tariff on China.
Hold on,
This is
y'all.
already in place.
Hold on.
Then last week, the president announced in those quote unquote reciprocal tariffs that
Let
he
me see,
wanted to
can I
put a
find the
30 to
video with
4%.
his brother speaking out? Let me find the one with his brother speaking out. Cause that particular video right there is not playing right. When I put this thing on something small, it plays right. That's why I don't like to put it on a big screen. I like to put it on this. I want to put it on his brother speaking out. His brother was there. Okay, let me put it on. This shouldn't have happened. I really want to hear what his brother got to say. I really do. Because it wasn't what it wasn't what Austin said, it was how Austin said it. And it shouldn't have been a weapon there, period. Yeah, excuse my stomach, making my stomach rattle. Okay, hold on. I really want to hear what his brother got to say. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Did what I want. This what I want. Right here.
Just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore. And I don't understand it. Just tell me about what happened to him. I don't know. I got a phone call from Hunter. He was screaming that Austin had been stabbed. I was at work, and so I drove. I work in Grapevine, so I drove up to the hospital straight away, and I could beat the ambulance there. Um, yeah, I saw them have him come out. He was on a lot of machines, and it didn't take long for them to come in to say that he had passed. So, not sure, senseless act of a boy that was in the wrong tent, and my son doing the right thing by telling that boy that he needed to be removed from where he was. And,
Now. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. But the mama told you. The mother told you that her son told the boy that that's not that young man's job. That doesn't mean that he should have got stabbed now, y'all. But that wasn't his job to tell another spectator they can't sit there. It's supposed to be a parent tell, even though Austin is a singer, it doesn't mean that he's not obligated and supposed to speak out like that to another spectator, because every coach know they student they participant behavior. They know how they talk. They know all the ways. They don't even mean no harm, but they know them. But Austin should have never said that. That one, Austin is not the coach. Austin is not the parent. or the responsible person in that designated area that should have said anything to that young man. Austin shouldn't have said nothing to that boy. That's the number one thing wrong right here. Okay, let's continue.
Just doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's my, just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it. Tell me about what do you know about your boy? He was the most amazing kid. So smart. He had college football. Guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college. He just wanted to play football. His life was going to the gym and working out and being a leader on his football team. And he just had such ambitions and a drive that it's hard to find in a kid. And he's just such a good spirit. And so many kids loved him. And his brother lost his best friend. They're twins, right? Yeah, identical twins. No, they've been like they are the best of friends. Like just, I'm so worried about my son because he's gonna have to face this world alone now because he had a brother that was with him the whole time, and now he's gonna have to do it alone. And I'm just so worried about him. I really am. Hunter was he was. They made him go away when they were doing CPR on him, but he was there when he was stabbed, and he was holding, I guess, a wound to keep it from. He was trying to save his brother, but I think he said he saw when he took his last breath, and before the CPR came back in. So, for what I heard, he was unresponsive for 5 minutes. They were able to revive him a little, but I think it was too little, too late. What can the community do for your family? They need to support the kids at the school. Austin was loved by so many people. They need to know that there's other people out there for them and not against them, you know. And Frisco Memorial has got a football program it's in a process, and we want everybody to know that it's a family and they're there together. So, but just to put your arms wrap around the support. Says Hunter. Did you want to talk to him? Hunter. He's a good kid. Reached out a little altercation. That's really it, but he has a good heart. Everyone knows it. Everyone around me knows he's a great kid. He just one mistake. That dude just took my brother. He didn't deserve it. No one deserves a loss from a family like that. I know people have some family members all the time. But I just know it's gonna be mine. So soon. My best friend and my brother my whole life, but if y'all can just like not y'all, sorry. Just like thank y'all for just comforting us, and like the Frisco area has been comforting my family and me. I just really appreciate everything that everyone's doing. It's a really hard loss, but we're gonna get through our family, so we'll just stay together. Our relationship is really the tightest I've ever seen in somebody, like between Jake and the teams. I mean, we did everything together, clean the dishes together, did yard work together, sports, anything in the world. It's always us two and one thing. So you're always just basically one person. And that's just a few minutes apart. 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. Austin was first, but 4 minutes. He got stuck in me. But technically, you're bigger than us. There's a lot of people and stuff around. He's always on my back. Even if I'm in the wrong, he'll always take my side no matter what it is. So it's just really heartbreaking to see someone that cares for you that much and does everything by your side no matter what, just pass away like that. Your mom told me that you were there. Yes, ma'am. You don't mind what happened? There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid is sitting under our tent at the track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said he needed to move. He's like making me move. Also grabbed his backpack. This kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Y'all didn't hear him. Y'all didn't hear him. Let me put it back on his brother. Let me put it back on. Hold on, y'all. Let me put it back on his brother. I just heard something. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna push it back because he just told y'all what happened. Okay, let me take it back a little bit more. Okay, here we go.
Technically, your finger there's a lot of people and stuff around. He's always like my back. Even if I've been wrong, he'll always take my side no matter what. And so it's just really heartbreaking to see someone that cares for you that much and does everything by your side no matter what. Just pass away like that. Your mom told me that you were there. Yes, ma'am. Don't mind what happened. There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid is sitting under our tent at track. He asked him to move. He started getting aggressive.
Okay, Carmelo shouldn't have been sitting up under their tent, so because that's not his designated area and that's not his team. And like I say, we have belongings. We have our belongings under that tent, and we can have money in our book bags. We can have things like radios, anything to listen to at a track meet. Because you're gonna lay down, you're gonna go to sleep, iPod or whatever you think y'all call them. And still, Austin shouldn't have said nothing to him. A parent, a guardian should have been there. A parent. Reason why I say a parent, because usually when you get a designated area, your expectation is not putting those kids in responsible in an adult responsible in a coach position. Now somebody grown should have told the spectator, could you move? Could you find your team in your designated area because this is our this is my team area, and you're not supposed to be over here. Now that it have to take an adult to say that because a student telling another student they're gonna have to move, man. God, man, this is where we sit at, man. We can take it. They can take it anyway. They so sensitive these days, y'all. Teenagers are so sensitive, just like grown people. So sensitive. The kids are sensitive like this. If that's not your area, get off from under them people tent and go to your designated area. If your team not there, then you need to move. Period. Still need to move. So the brother said that when he asked him to move, he started talking aggressively and saying, "You make me move." On the reason why he applied like that because that football speech came out of Austin. This football talk came out of his mouth. Okay, not the track voice, but the football voice. And then of course too, Carmelo may play football. It's just the way you talk to people. So I don't think that he was aggressive. I think he was responding. So it's a missed message in between both of the boys now. Okay.
And talking reckless.
Now why he got to be what? Okay, see, I'm not gonna agree with him being reckless talking because it had to start from Austin. Austin approached him reckless. If you want to do it like that, he approached him reckless because he responded reckless. Okay. And he said, and his brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." Where I'm still saying, where is the responsible adult? Huh? Just because Austin is senior doesn't mean he's an adult. No, he's not. He's a teenager. in the 12th grade. But it should have been somebody grown there to say something to intervene. And I don't hear no grown person intervening. I hear two students intervening. This didn't even have to go this. Y'all could have went and got security. So I ain't gonna say what you want me to say.
Except that he said he needs to move. He's like, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see.
Why did Austin grab his backpack? Why did Austin grab his backpack? Let me push this back. Let me push this back. It's too much. You see that right? Y'all adults. Y'all can't be lazy adults. Y'all can't be lazy. Y'all have to step up, step it up. I already hear something about to happen now. But I would have never thought it was gonna be a stabbing. I thought maybe it was gonna be a fight early in the morning.
Just a few minutes apart. 4 minutes. Austin was first by 4 minutes. He got stuck in me. Technically, your bigger brother. There's a lot of people and stuff around. He's always on my back. Even if I'm in the wrong, he'll always take my side no matter what it is. So it's just really heartbreaking to see someone that cares for you that much and does everything even by your side no matter what, just pass away like that. Like, your mom told me that you were there. Yes, ma'am. If you don't mind, what happened? There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid is sitting under our tent at track.
I wonder what Carmelo doing up under their tent. Why is Carmelo under the tent? Do he run? Do he run track out there? Why is he sitting up under them people tent? And that's when I have to step in as a responsible coach or responsible adult. That's why I always try to be that. Either have my responsible parent there. Because you send up on somebody tent, you done lost your man. That I know he don't know too much about track. He must be a quarterback. He must be a runner. He must be a running quarterback, running back. He must ain't never been to a track meet before. And why all that room out there? Why he sitting up under their tent? I don't understand it. So you don't know what Carmelo intentions was to come to that track meet to do, or did he really intentionally mean for this to happen? An adult should have stepped in and said something.
He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, you need to move. He's like, make me move. Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and I'm not gonna talk about the rest. So just that's what I saw. And I tried to help him. It was just senseless. It was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like a man has a family, that man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid, real strong. And I know I'm strong too, but he's a little stronger. But he did a lot for our family and a bunch of stuff that we just don't recognize. And it's just like, especially throughout our friends too, like everyone knew like he was the peacemaker. He was. So I'm saying, like, hurt someone who really makes peace, really calms peace. He makes everything sail smoothly. And because I get upset, but then he calms me down. He's just all there for me. So it's just really heartbreaking to see like how this happened. 17. Yeah, I'll be 18 in July. I saw a lot of articles saying you guys were 16. Yeah, they're 17. Yes, ma'am. 10. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Austin wanted to play football. He wanted to play college football. He would have. I'm sure. He definitely used his mindset, his skill level, his IQ. probably the best I've seen in the Frisco area. As a linebacker, he was a stud. I always try to fill those shoes with him, play with him, and I had a blast my whole life playing sports with him my whole life. It was just meet him, always good against people. Last year, the guy was this year, so it's just really heartbreaking not to see him next year on the field.
I'm so sorry, man. Oh my goodness. I saw that he won like linebacker of the years for the Frisco Memorial. He was
second team all district.
second team of it.
First.
Yeah.
It's just everyone knows about this area, the impacts of what he does for football and what he does for families and friends. Like he's just a great guy overall to be around. And
hard worker.
Extremely. It's just really hard. It's just really hard to see someone go like that just for like recklessness.
My focus of my story is, of course, on Austin. That is what's most important. But what would you say about the suspect and what's next? I don't know anything about him. We have nothing to say.
I've never met this kid, so right then, it really was under 30 seconds. This altercation. I've never met this kid in my entire life.
And to be honest with you, we don't want to give him any recognition or any care because that's not. We have no desire to have anything to do with that man. So, if Austin can hear you, what would you say?
I'd say that's really hard. I'd say a lot of things because I saw him before his last moments, and it was just
how much we loved him. He knew that.
He knew how much I loved him, how much I'd do for him. I'd do anything for him.
Yeah.
No matter what. He told me anything that he needs, I'd do it for him. He's just a great guy, so when you have a great guy, you want people to be around you, they're going to be around you no matter what. Like, he's a great leader. That's why I always want to tell him, like, I always wanted to be like him in that sense. It's like how he just communicates and has great ways with people all the time. And I always looked up to him like that. He wasn't a big brother in a sense. He was the same age, but he was a big brother to me.
We just want to make sure that everybody knows how much that Austin is going to be still in our lives as far as in our memories and our hearts forever. You know, it's going to be really hard. This is going to be really hard. Yeah, I'm really trying not to cry, but it's yeah. He was my big baby. He was 225 pounds. Both of them big boys, and I loved movie time with them. They would ask me if we watch a movie and sit on the couch, and he'd put his head on my lap, and I'd scratch his back, and he was just, I don't know, he'd tell me things. He was so personable with me, and you know, I knew stuff that most teenagers wouldn't tell their moms. That just things that because we were close, you know, and now it's going to be us wrangling the future together. And you were with him till the end, right? Did you hold him?
I did. They yanked me off.
They had to. He had to be removed when they did CPR. And then he wasn't able to be in the ambulance with him on the way to the hospital.
So it was just like heart throbbing the whole time, the whole ride on the hospital.
How did you get to the hospital?
My dad came. I called my mom. My mom didn't know she didn't answer. She was at work, and she answered my phone. I told her what happened. She came in right away, and then we drove to the hospital. We're trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, it was hard. That was tough because we saw. I beat the ambulance there. I don't even know how that's possible. I did. So I came in from Grapevine.
Okay, that was the family. That was the mother, y'all. Austin, and hate that happened. Now let's dive into the stabbing. Okay, y'all hug y'all children. Start. Y'all got to start telling y'all children y'all love them, hug them, hug. Because right now we living in a sensitive world, very sensitive world. Y'all, that's all they do is fuss now, y'all. Everybody just fussing. That's fussing. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I hate that this happened. But let's get into this right here. What Camelo attorney saying, okay? Mm-mm. I just want to know what make him take out a knife and start that. Why do y'all have to take out weapons? Why do y'all have to stab? Why y'all got to be violent? I just don't understand. Stop the violence, young people. But y'all can't have the topic some of the adults like that. Mm, mm, mm,
Memorial High School community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet. Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Memorial High School honored the student stabbed to death at a track meet yesterday. Police say 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was killed by a Frisco ISD student. Metcalf's father hopes the incident leads to security changes. Alex. Hi, Flores. During second period today, all Frisco ISD schools took a moment to really acknowledge Austin Metcalf's life. I'm told also that district and campus counselors were on hand today to help students and staff process exactly what happened yesterday. Now, police still have not said how that knife got into the stadium. Meanwhile, Metcalf's mother and twin brother spoke on Fox News this afternoon. I put my hand up there. Trying to get soft, and I grabbed his head and I looked in his eyes.
Okay, y'all. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see. I think I already showed it, but I'm gonna let me see if there's an update on this situation. If they do have an update. Let me see. They do have a new detail, so let's get into the new detail. I'm gonna break the new detail down. First of all, I want to say this. You don't know what a person is going through, even though they're young. You don't know what your children going through. Talk to your children. Talk to your children. Hug them. I don't care if they boy, male or female. Hug them. Talk to them. Something going on in their mind. Both of them mind. It shouldn't even be no fight early in the morning. Early in the morning. Yeah, this is the one I want to show y'all. This one right here. Oh, Jesus.
WFAA has obtained new court documents revealing how Austin Metcalf was stabbed to death at a track meet in Frisco. Police say another teenager had fresh blood on his finger when they found him at Kirkendall Stadium. The affidavit shows that when officers arrived, Carmelo Anthony told them he got into an argument with Metcalf, and when the arresting officer said he had the alleged suspect in custody, Anthony replied, "I'm not alleged, I did it." But Anthony told officers he only acted in self-defense and asked them if Metcalf was okay. Several witnesses paint a different picture, and Metcalf's father told Matt Howerton he is not buying the excuse. I had a dream last night, and Austin came to me and said, "I'm okay." Gives me peace. Doesn't mean I don't hurt. The last 24 hours, unimaginable for Austin Metcalf's father, his mother, his twin brother. Right now, I'm really numb, and I really don't feel anything. I just have to function. Metcalf, just 17 when he arrived at Frisco ISD District Track Meet Wednesday. His final breaths taken before 11 a.m., police say, after being stabbed to death by a fellow Frisco ISD student, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, now charged with first-degree murder. My world's a little shattered. An argument over where Anthony was sitting while the meet experienced a rain delay sparked a confrontation between the teen and Metcalf. According to arrest paperwork, Anthony sitting underneath Metcalf's team tent. You could see it from the air when he flew over the crime scene. Metcalf from Memorial High, Anthony from Centennial. A witness telling police Metcalf told Anthony to move from under the team's tent because he didn't go to their school. The witness telling police Anthony grabbed his bag, opened it, and reached inside and proceeded to tell Austin, "Touch me and see what happens." Investigators said that Metcalf grabbed Anthony to tell him to move and that Anthony pulled out a black knife and stabbed Austin once in the chest and then ran away. When officers arrived, the knife was found, and police say Anthony admitted to what happened, but said this to police: "He put his hands on me. I was protecting myself," even asking another officer if what happened could be considered self-defense.
What do you expect? If you're caught, the best thing you're going to do is try to lie your way out of it.
Metcalf's father telling me self-defense is not a reasonable excuse.
The truth will come out. There were too many people that were there that saw what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about this. Camelo, this a track meet, man. You ain't even supposed to have no knife on you at a track meet. Why you sit? Okay, this thing is. My thing is, and I'm looking at this, is why is he at this track meet without a team? Why is he at this track meet without a parent? If he is a participant, Camelo is a participant. If he is a participant, why is he in their designated area? And he's an athlete. Why is he mad early this morning? It's early in the morning, y'all, at these invitational track meets. Has he been smoking? What's on his mind? Did he wants to be there? I don't think that he would intentionally come in there to stab someone. I'm not making up no excuse for him because he wrong for going. What purpose for him to go in that book bag just because somebody hit him or grab him or something like that? What's going on with the world today? The first thing y'all want to do is pull a weapon. You got all that mouth, but you want to pull a weapon out. You got all that mouth, but you want to pull a weapon out. A lot of people, when they talk now, the first thing they want to do is say, "You come over here, I want to pull this and that." All that mouth you got. I hate that this even happened, y'all. I hate that something like this even happened. If this young man right here, it would have been in the right place at the right time. And again, where is the responsible adult who should have asked him to move off? You don't supposed to be up under nobody's tent. And then when somebody asks you need to move, man, can you move? Get your butt up and move and stop trying to be this and that. Y'all, I don't understand what's going on. But get up and move because you're not with their team. Them folks got all kind of stuff up under their tent. Now you want to know what if he hit me first or I hit him first, so that means that I'm gonna go to jail. Now you trying to escape. You don't stab the boy and ran to the police. So you did wrong. Now you want to do right. I said lock him up, let him do his time. Lock him up, let him do his time. So he could realize this reality. It's time for y'all young people to wake up. And y'all can't wake up sometimes because the adults acting worse than y'all.
Witnesses paint a different picture, and Metcalf's father told Matt Howerton he is not buying the excuse.
I had a dream last night. And Austin came to me and said, "I'm okay." He gives me peace. Doesn't mean I don't hurt. The last 24 hours, unimaginable for Austin Metcalf's father, his mother, his twin brother. Right now, I'm really numb, and I really don't feel anything. I just have to function. Metcalf, just 17 when he arrived at Frisco ISD's district track meet Wednesday. His final breaths.
See, I told you that's a district track meet. That's a district track meet. Now, I'm still gonna blame it on the responsible person who's supposed to be at the stadium. I am. Because you can, what you expected two teenagers to do?
11 a.m., police say, after being stabbed to death by a fellow Frisco ISD student, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, now charged with first-degree murder. My world's a little shattered. An argument over where Anthony was sitting while the meet experienced a rain delay sparked a confrontation between the teen and Metcalf. According to arrest paperwork, Anthony sitting underneath Metcalf's team tent. You could see it from the air when we flew over the crime scene. Metcalf from Memorial High, Anthony from Centennial. A witness telling police Metcalf told Anthony to move from under the team's tent because he didn't go to school. The witness telling the police.
Okay, so Anthony, all that mouth, what you gonna do and all that? Anthony grab his bag, open it, and reach inside and proceed to tell Austin, touch me, and you see what happened now. Situation. He have a weapon in his hand. I would have bagged off. Bad. I moved away from him because I know he's not in his mental state of being. Hey man, go get the officer. Go get some help. Move back. Don't go toward him. You seen him going in his built bag. Move back. Don't it ain't that you scary. Move away. He went and he grabbed his book bag. When he grabbed anybody grabbed a bag, move back. Cause you're not, you're not, you don't have no protection because you know something in that bag. Move back. Step back. Leave it alone because it's out of control. Because Carmelo gave him a warning. You touch me and see what will happen. And if he told him to touch him and see what happened, that's a threat. Move back. Move away. Don't try to show your strength. Move away. This shouldn't have even happened. And I can't get mad at these children these days because they don't have no responsible adults watching them. The mom at work, you're supposed to have a parent with you. You're supposed to have a responsible adult. No one-on-one children fussing at each other. This could have been prevented if the right adult should have been in place. Y'all adults, they need to start charging y'all with stuff because this not supposed to happen. This wasn't supposed to happen. Y'all dropped that boy off at that stadium early that morning, knowing his team won there. That's irresponsible. I don't care if you did have to go to work, but still, you dropped that boy out off. You could have dropped him at school if he was with 18, get ready to run to participate. You should have got in touch with the coach because he's supposed to win in there if he was a participant with a coach. It's so much wrong in this situation, y'all. It's so much wrong, and I don't want to blame the children in this situation right here. I don't want to blame the children. I want to blame the adults who dropped them off. I want to blame the adult who's responsible for the track team sitting right there, and I definitely want to blame the stadium for not having the security in place for this situation to happen. I hate that this happened. It really touched my heart. And then I want to say something to the athletes. Anybody, if you're in a situation where you see somebody grab their bag, pull away. Anytime you hear somebody say, "You touched me," and see what will happen, don't touch them just to see what's going to happen. because that's a threat. Now, I don't hear nothing from Carmelo attorney. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear anything from Carmelo. Ooh, that food look good right there. That little fruit right there. I don't hear nothing from let me see, can I find something about his Carmelo? Let me see, can I find something about his attorney speaking out? Let me see. Let me see, that he have a lawyer. What is his lawyer saying, y'all? Let me see. Me, Camilla anti-lawyer seeking lower bond. New charges. Let me see this right here. Let's see this, y'all. Or did I just show this? Okay. I think I just showed this. Hold on. No. Okay. Let's hear what they said about Camelo Bun, y'all. How about that? And then I'm gonna let y'all go. Let's go right here. I think I already showed this. Let me see. Yeah, I just showed this. But I didn't hear nothing about the lowering the bond though.
High school track meet resumed today under tighter security after deadly stabbing last week. Good evening, I'm Steve Eager.
And I'm Heather Hayes. That event was relocated to Little Elm from Frisco with strict requirements for parents and for students. Fox 4's Alex Boyer has more on the event and on the criminal investigation. Alex.
Hey guys, and I can tell you that enhanced security presence was really obvious as soon as folks drove up to Lobo Stadium in Deep Elm. Spectators as well as student athletes had to undergo screening before they could even go in the front doors.
I will show that.
Visible police presence at Lobo Stadium in Little Elm Monday. Student athletes and spectators were met by security personnel as soon as they walked up.
I showed it. Let's see some. Let's see some right here.
Don't wait in line.
They want to know if anybody know anything about the stabbing. Please come forward to give them more information. They need more information about what happened, regardless of what the boy is still wrong for stabbing the young man. So,
Partial investigation. The Next Generation Action Network claims some people have attempted to share information, but have not been contacted yet. Frisco City Manager says the Assistant Police Chief will reach out to the organization to set up a meeting to discuss concerns. They plan on doing that tomorrow. He also says the reported threats against Carmelo Anthony's family are unacceptable and asked for police to remain in contact with the family. Anthony is accused of stabbing Austin Metcalf to death during a track meet last week. Anthony's attorney said they will work to reduce his $1 million bond. They also asked for prayers for both families.
$1 million bond? What y'all think he gonna run? Y'all can't even go to a decent track meet. But since I don't coach track anymore, I still would like to go. I still like to go to the track meet and sit there and watch. It said that the Next Generation Action, the network brings concern and investigates potential meeting tomorrow with Frisco Assistant Chief. He is wrong, y'all. I don't care. I don't care how we see this. Camelo is wrong. Camelo shouldn't have a weapon out there, period. In his book, but even if he were trying to protect himself, he could have got up and walked away to protect himself. Either party could have walked away and protect themselves, but the reason why I said Camelo have an opportunity to protect in himself is by leaving, because that is somebody else's destination area, and that he's there. But he was what his name? Austin didn't pull out a knife on him. Now that's self-defense. If Austin had to put a knife on him and told him, "Man, you need to move or else," but no, Camelo put a knife out on him. Camelo, I don't know what was wrong with you that morning. Why you dared to track me so early? Where's your team? Why are you not sitting in your area? And why you there, period? And why wasn't your bag checked thoroughly? And then too, you might not have the knife on you. In your bag could have had it on you. I don't know the security situation. But I just want to know why you at that track meet. Not saying that he can't go to the track meet, but you did the crime, you do the time. You took a life. You took a life. Now, the bond, the $1 million bond, I don't understand why is his bond so high. What is it that about his bond being so high like that? Is he a runaway? Is he escapees? Why they think he gonna run? How is his living situation? Why do they think it's not gonna cooperate? Why they think he's gonna leave the state? So let's see what I will give y'all update on this story right here, because that bond is too high. The bond is too high. I think the bond should be lower than that. Yeah. Let's lower the bond. Okay, let's lower the bond a little bit, and that's all I got to say, y'all. I want to hear y'all input on the situation like this. And young folk, I just tell you, put the weapon down. If don't nobody pull one out on you, don't pull one out on them. But we don't need no weapons at our track meets. No, because I do go sit and watch track meets, because I still know runners that are running right now. So y'all like, share, and subscribe. Look, what you think?